Once Frieza dies, he ain't being revived again. Once Vegeta fully masters Ultra Ego, he will be erased. Vegeta will be the one to kill him. This was said by Infinite, who commented on a recent video called The Problem with Black Frieza. But is Infinite onto something here? Well, for starters, Vegeta has every birthright multiplied by infinity to the infinite power to kill Frieza. As a matter of fact, we can go as far as saying that Vegeta not getting a chance to kill Frieza is actually a meme at this point in the community. Going back to Planet Namek, Vegeta had a self-inflicted wound administered by Krillin. Dende, of course, begrudgingly comes to the rescue and saves Vegeta, granting him the Zenkai boost of his life at the time, only to be beaten senselessly by Frieza. To the point where Frieza made the alpha of all alpha males cry like a little baby. And the sad part about all of this is that when you consider the fact that Frieza didn't even use his full power until Goku became a Super Saiyan later on, it just goes to show that relative to Frieza, Vegeta was a small flea with no chance of survival. So by this point, Frieza had enslaved him, exterminated his race, destroyed his whole planet, lied to him about the entire event, while also killing Vegeta directly. But don't worry, it even gets better because later on we find out that Frieza is still alive. Unfortunately, Vegeta is far too weak to do anything about it this time around, even though he is technically the strongest person on Earth before Goku and Trunks arrive. This is the Prince of Saiyans, who by royal decree is technically the king of all Saiyans since his father is dead. A man who is literally forced to cower from Frieza and wait for Goku to bail him and everyone else out simply because he is too weak. But to his shock, after history was altered, Frieza ends up being killed by his own son from the future. Granted, Vegeta didn't know this at the time, but we have a situation where the present version of Goku incapacitated Frieza, Goku killed Frieza and King Cole in the original timeline in the History of Trunks timeline, and now in a twist of fate, he has to witness his own son sending Frieza to the home for infinite losers as a Super Saiyan. But let's give Vegeta some credit. Due to witnessing Goku and Trunks as Super Saiyans, he gained the greatest motivation of his life and pushed himself to the brink to actually become a Super Saiyan himself, which for the first time actually allowed him to surpass what Frieza was before he died. But unfortunately, Vegeta didn't get the chance to actually kill him even though he finally became a Super Saiyan. Now to put icing on the cake in Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, Gohan himself had the opportunity to kill Frieza directly. This of course isn't considered canon, but it did leave Vegeta in a scenario where Goku killed Frieza, Trunks killed Frieza, and Gohan killed Frieza, but yet Vegeta didn't get a chance to because he, in that movie himself, was dead. Enter Resurrection F. Now all of you saw this coming. In the worst possible way, Vegeta lost his chance to kill Frieza. But what made this opportunity the worst is that this time Vegeta was actually stronger than Frieza. Vegeta was in a position of power while Goku was the one who was in a position of weakness after being attacked by Sorbet. And Vegeta had the fight completely won. The door was completely open for Vegeta to get the kill that he's always wanted. But of course he didn't because Frieza ended up destroying Earth only for Goku to come back with the help of Whis to kill Frieza directly. Now this was by far the most blatant offense by the Dragon Ball staff to give Vegeta the short end of the stick. And the funny thing about this moment is that even if you look at Dragon Ball GT, whether you call it canon or not, Vegeta actually had an opportunity to kill Nappa twice, but he never got the chance to kill Frieza once. But it doesn't end here, because after the Tournament of Power, Vegeta had to idly sit by and acknowledge the fact that the person he hates the most will now freely exist in his universe. Now this takes us directly to Ultra Ego Vegeta. He's directly learning destructive energy from Beerus, which is a rather useful technique, as of course we saw Beerus directly eliminate Zamasu this way. And when compared to Goku, who is training more like an actual angel, we are once again left in a perfect situation where Vegeta will get another chance to kill Frieza. And with a potential time skip coming up, Vegeta has even more time to perfect his Ultra Ego state. So if Dragon Ball Super wants to move into the direction that the end of Z was, where Frieza is supposed to be dead and they want all loose ends to tie up, then it makes logical sense for Vegeta to utilize Ultra Ego to take Frieza down. And let's not forget that the Dragon Ball staff is somewhat aware of what fans feel in various Dragon Ball memes. For instance, they were aware of the dead Yamcha meme as shown in the baseball episode, so it's likely that either the anime or the manga staff would be aware of how many times Vegeta has missed his opportunity, and if Dragon Ball Superhero were to hint at anything with Vegeta defeating Goku in the end, it's possible that the time has finally arrived for Vegeta to kill Frieza. But the question is, will Vegeta actually get his chance to send Frieza to the next dimension? Well, if we're honest with ourselves, the answer is most likely no. In all likelihood, Goku and Vegeta would have to team up to take Frieza down if Frieza's really that powerful. And to be more specific, from a marketing point of view, it would actually make more sense to have an Ultra Instinct Ultra Ego version of Gogeta or Vegito to take Frieza down. This way it would combine the strengths of both transformations into one entity. And you know what that means. It's gonna sell a lot of toys. But between Gogeta and Vegito, it's more likely than not that it would actually be Gogeta that would be the transformation because of the fact that the airings would have to be required for Vegito, and that's very specific for the plot to actually bring out. And when we look at how easily Frieza disposed of Goku and Vegeta after 10 years of training, it just seems very unlikely for Vegeta to take Frieza down alone. Alternatively, we also have to consider that the gods themselves may have to get involved, leaving Vegeta with no kill at all. If Frieza really becomes such a threat to even the gods themselves, then it could be a situation where the gods would have to intervene to stop him. This of course would be boring and horrible to the plot, but we did see a similar situation like this occur during the Zamasu arc with Zeno. However, we must give Vegeta credit when it comes to character development, because while he may not exact his revenge on Frieza in all likelihood, it took a lot of restraint from him to not aggressively go after Frieza after the Tournament of Power concluded. And when you consider the magnitude of the entire universe being on the line, Vegeta cared more about the fate of others than himself, which is great development from him. When you consider his previous actions of allowing Cell to become perfect just so that he can test himself due to Saiyan pride, or allowing Babidi to possess him so that he can then fight Goku again and not allow that opportunity to fade away, or an even earlier example where he decided to try and hunt the androids down and fight them without a proper plan while Goku was sick, it's clear that Vegeta in the past always put himself above others, so it's commendable that he would uplift Beerus' desire to allow Frieza to live. This is especially true in Dragon Ball Super Broly, where Vegeta's influence did have an impact on Gogeta. After Broly was sent away to Vampa, he could have chased after Frieza and killed him. Of course, Gogeta is two people, but we have to give Vegeta credit for this, because Vegeta's influence does have an impact on what Gogeta decides to do. And even after this, we must give Vegeta credit for not hunting down Frieza on his own before he got too strong and eventually became a threat once again. So while a victory definitely seems very unlikely for Vegeta, the current state of his character is very dynamic and shows a lot of maturity and growth. In addition, there's also an unfortunate alternate scenario where Frieza isn't really a bad guy to our cast anymore, and is more like a Team Rocket member, where he essentially just exists in the universe doing his own evil Frieza things while our characters don't really care because it's not affecting them directly. Now, as a side note, it's extremely important that we mention the character of Granola. As of Chapter 87, he's still alive, and we can safely assume that he will probably be alive as of Chapter 88. But this creates a bigger question. Is it possible that Granola himself may somehow try to exact his revenge against Frieza directly? Well, unlike Goku and Vegeta, Granola has his own agenda for wanting Frieza dead, and considering the fact that his lifespan has drastically been shortened, it's not like Granola has a whole lot of time left. So unless his life force is somehow miraculously re-extended, it makes logical sense for Granola to go on a do-or-die mission to hunt Frieza down. But how exactly would Granola defeat Frieza outside of requiring the help of our main characters? Well, we have to remember that 7-3 is still alive and exists in the universe. So it's not hard to imagine a scenario where 7-3 can become a long-term ally in a future conflict involving Frieza. But you're probably wondering, how does all of this relate back to Vegeta? Well, unfortunately, if 7-3 and or Granola have a hand in the final defeat of Frieza, that basically means that our neighborhood-friendly Prince of All Saiyans won't get his chance to send Frieza back to the home for infinite losers. So unfortunately, although this is the perfect opportunity for Vegeta to finally exact his revenge, We all know that he is going to get trolled by the staff as the perpetual rival who never gets what the fans want. But while we're on the subject of the Prince of Saiyans, check out What If Vegeta Stopped Fighting, Poor Vegeta to see how poorly he was treated in the Granola arc, and Who is Queen Vegeta to learn and discuss the little that we know about his mother. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe, my friends.